So this is 1103, session 9.4, borrowing money. This session is very similar to the previous sessions where you just gotta find the right formula, get the right variables, and just type in the numbers, right? The difficulty is which formula do you use, and also when you type into the calculator, or maybe some of you guys using the phone, it is challenging because the numbers get a little bit bigger, so you just gotta be careful. Always just use, step, just do step by step, right? Don't try to do everything at one time. So I type up some notes that goes along with the lecture. I'm gonna upload the notes as well, along with the video, so you can kind of go through it. And honestly, you could just use the notes that can pretty much help you on how to answer the questions or the homework. So now, the first type of question that you will see is something like this: you want to purchase a house, right? And your take-home pay, your paycheck is 3120. You want to stay within a quarter of your paycheck going to the mortgage. So now you got $16,300 saved up for a down payment. Your interest rate is 4.3%, compound monthly. What is the total cost if you of the house if you can afford a 30 years mortgage? So this is something where you go to the bank and they look at your income, they look at your credit, they check, say your income dictates how much you can borrow. Your credit determines how what's the interest rate or whether or not you get approved for the loan. Now, for me, it's easier if you go to the homework, right? You can also click on this guy right here, the formula. You saw they give you all the formulas right here. So you could pick the one out of three. It's just when you take your test or maybe later on the final, it's probably easier if you print out the PowerPoint I send you with the 4 slides per page. Oh, that's my recommendation anyway, to get those formulas printed out, so you don't have to go back and forth looking for it, right? But this will help for your homework to narrow it down a little bit. Now, first of all, if you look at the formula, right, we got three for this particular problem. We have the number of fixed payment to pay off credit card debt. That's not what we do. Monthly payment, maybe. But the maximum purchase price is what we want. Because you know how much payment you want to make. You know the interest rate. You know the interval. You know everything else. You just don't know what's the maximum loan mortgage that you will be taking. So now let's say the first thing we'll do is type in the formulas. Just go ahead and now. I mean, you can just write it down, right? What is the PMT? That's the payment that you're gonna be making to the mortgage company. Now your paycheck is 3120, right? You want to stay within a quarter. So just go over here, 3120 divided by 4. That's how I got 780. Down payment, they gave it to us. The interest rate is given to us. And it's 12. Why? Because it's compound monthly. Compound monthly means you pay every month for 12. Uh, so you got 12 months a year. So you're paying 12 times a year, right? If I say you want to look at how much you pay per year, that would be one time a year. Now, the time is 30 because the mortgage is a 30 years mortgage. So now the formula, right, that we have here, maximum purchase price equals to the payment times all this. Now I type into the Microsoft Word. You don't have to do that, of course. You can just write it down on a piece of paper. That's a lot easier. Then you just have to think about these variables that we got, R, N, and T. What are those guys, right? Just go to the left, right? Look at this. 780 is the payment, right? The interest rate. The N is 12, right? This is the N times the T, right? Now, for this to type into the calculator, let me show you how to do it. I usually put in the numerator and then I put in the denominator. So the numerator is 1 minus parenthesis 1 plus 0.043 divided by 12. Close parenthesis, raise it to the power. Now, is it okay if I just do, let me see, so do the parenthesis, negative 12 times 30. Just like that. That's the numerator. And the denominator is pretty easy, right? 0.043 divided by 12. Now with these information, now we can divide, because you got to divide the top and the bottom. So let's say 0.7240937808 divided by 0.00358, like that. And that's how I got, where should I got? I think my numbers are a bit off right here. So let me see. 0.7240934808 358. Let's see. Let me try this again. Oh, actually, that was actually correct. My bad. Because the answer right there, I have to multiply by 780 on the left hand. So 780 equals. There you go. So that's how I got this number right here. So now this is how much the bank will loan. This is how much mortgage we get. Right? This is the maximum purchase price we get. However, the problem stated you have a down payment. The down payment was 16,300. So you know what? You have to add the result to the down payment, which is 16,300. So once you add them all together, you get this number. So this should be the price you're looking at for the house that you're looking for. 170,916 and 69 cents. Now, for example, 2, you have a credit card that has a balance of $11,480 at an APR of 13.49% interest rate. You plan to pay $400 per month to pay off your credit card. So now this one is easy as far as the formula goes, right? Because the formulas you got out of these 3, there's one that says number of payment required to pay off credit card debt. So you got to think about this. You want to know how long it takes or how many months does it take. That's the formula right here. So I copied it off here, or I type it in. And also look at the variables. Credit card, the bonds, right? 11,480. That's your A. Remember, A is the accumulated amount. How much do you have to pay, right? From this beginning. The interest rate is this, right? 0.1349. PMT is the payment. That's how much payment you're making per month. $400. And it's 12 because you're making 12 payments per year. How many payments do you need to be able to pay off the credit card? This is the formula. Now, I know some of you guys get scared by the LOG around here. So let me just show you what's up, right? So if you go down, look at this. I'm doing a step by step. I don't try to take no shortcuts. Look at this. 1 minus, I change the interest rate to the number based on what I have. And it's 12, right? The A is this, the total bonds, right? PMT is 400. The bottom's the same. Now, within the LOG, which is the logarithm, within the parameter, within this bracket, I put in a calculator and I got this number. You see, I haven't done anything to the LOG. The question is, how do we do logarithm on your calculator? On this calculator, TI-83, right? Here's how you do it. Negative, right? Because the denominator is negative, right? As LOG is this. Click on this. And then just type in the number. 0.6773641667. And then close parentheses, and you get this number here. 0.1691777. So you just gotta do this to the top and then do to the bottom, and then you're fine. Now the problem is this: some of you guys who use Android phone, now for the Android phone, it's the same thing. LOG is a button. You just gotta make sure you tilt the phone sideways, and it will be on the left-hand side. Now, those who are using Apple, if you're using an iPhone and you try to use a calculator, that's the worst one to use. But if you have to use it right, here's what you gotta do. Let me show you. So your calculator will be kind of like this one. You have to do it the opposite way. If you want to do logarithm, LOG, right? Let me change that. You have to put in the number first, the inside number. So you have reduced 0.67736 41667. Then you press log, the logarithm. You see what I'm saying? You got to do the other way around. Press that, and that's how you get the answer. I know it's negative, but you got to change it, right? So change it, right? Because this is negative, right? So this is the answer. So it's the same thing. It's a little bit different. I get it. Just gotta be careful. And what you would get is like 34.80 or something like that. Run it up, right? You cannot have 34 point and a half month. 35. Meaning it would take you 35 months to finish paying off this credit card. The last payment is gonna be a little bit smaller. So now, let me go down to example 3. So Andre wants to buy a new generator. This generator costs us $1,900. And he decided to finance a generator for 36 months at this APR, at this interest rate. We gotta find his monthly payment. So first of all, let me type up the information right first. The principal is $1,900. That's how much it costs. What's the time? 36 months. Now remember, time has to be in terms of years. So that's 3 years. What's the interest rate? 12.5%. That's 0.125. And it's 12 because he's making a monthly payment, right? If it's annual payment, it's 1, right? Monthly payment, 12. So we are looking for the payment. Maybe I should say that here. We're looking for the payment. How much payment are we doing? Well, that is when you use the middle formula. So let me show you this, right? This formula right here in the middle. This is the formula to look for the payment. You already know how long your loan's going to be. You want to pay it. You have a goal. You want to pay it off in 4 years, 5 years, whatever, right? That's when you use this. So if you look at that, I have it tied up. Take all the numbers, plug it in, right, into the rate principal, and then divide. So this one's not too bad. Just put this in a calculator, and you are going to get $63.56. And that's how much payment you're going to be making. Right. So not too bad, if you need a generator. So now, example 4. Michelle's buying a new car for $28,888.89. She is paying 10% down payment, and she has to refinance the remaining bonds. So first, let me say this right. The cost of the car is $2,888.89. But she's paying down payment. The down payment is going to be 10% of the total, right? And the 10% of the total would be $2,888.89. That's 10% of this. You can put in the calculator times 0.1. That's how you get it. So the total times 0.1. So how do I get the principal? Well, the principal will have to be the total, right? The cost of the car minus that down payment, which is this. And you are going to get $26,000. So that's how I got this on. The principal is 26. That's how much you're loaning out, right? You're paying some down payment, good for you. You're just gonna finance the rest, $26,000 through the bank. And they want a 4 years term, 48 months, right? 4 years term. The interest rate is 4.5%, so that's exactly what you're getting here. And it's 12 because you're making monthly payment. So now let's put all the information in, same formula. So type it all in, and as you can see, I got all this information plugged in. I can't put in a calculator. And again, just gotta be careful, right? Put in the numerator and then the denominator, then you divide. You will get this. Here's the problem. Look at the question again. The question is not asking how much the monthly payment is going to be. They are asking for the total that you have to pay. Well, the total interest you have to pay. Look at this. If you're paying $592.89 a month, and you're paying that for 4 years, don't you just multiply by 48 months? Because you're going to pay this for 48 months. Multiply those two. And that is how much you have to pay in total of the lifeline, the lifetime of the loan, right? The entire length of the loan. Now look at this. How do you find the interest then? The interest is going to be how much you pay. The total we pay is this number. And we're going to subtract from how much we actually borrow originally, which is $26,000. So we got 2458.7872. That's how much interest you have to pay extra on the side that you give to the bank. So again, it's the same thing, same formula, but the question is a little bit different. They're not asking for the payment, they're asking for the interest you're paying after all this is said and done. Example 5. So Parker has two options. You have option A, which is 5.1%, 48 months. Option B, 6.1%, 48 months. But you get a cash back, $1,800, which you will use as down payment. Now, I know some of you, last time I bought a car, the cash back comes after I pay off the car. But the $1,800, right, is basically you get it right off the bat and you're going to use it to pay down the loan. So that's cool. The price of the car is $37, but you already save up some money. You got $3,300 extra down payment. So it's just like the last problem, right? You have to figure out what the principal is. The principal would be $37 minus $3,300. That is the principal. That's how much you have to finance. Forget about this number right now. So what is the interest rate? So the interest rate is 0.051. The time is 4 years, and it's 12 because you're making monthly payment. Same thing. Look at this. This is option A. Right, it's the first option. So the same thing. Just type it in, read it over. That's how I got the monthly payment. So under option A, this guy will have to pay this much for 48 months. You multiply that, and you get this number. That's the total. But here's the thing. Remember, you also pay the down payment, right? So the down payment was $3,300. Add it back together. This is how much you pay in total for this car. Now, under option B, you have to be more careful. This is the principal, but you already paid the down payment, which is $3,300. But you're also taking $1,800 out because that's the down payment. You got to take that. That's part of the down payment because that's the cash back, right? You paid as a down payment, so now your new principal is a little bit smaller than the last product, than option A. So that's the principal. The interest rates are higher, but let's see what's going to happen, right? Plug it in, figure it out. I got 648.12, so it's a little bit lower, right? The payment's a little bit lower. You will multiply that for 48, and that is how much you pay in total. I remember this plus the $3,300, right? The down payment. So it's slightly cheaper. You save about $1,400 than option A. Now on your Host Learning, they want both answers. They want option A and option B. Now the next example is the credit card with the bonus of $9,000. So let me just make the formula a bit better here. $9,000. That's the total you owe on this credit card. The interest rate is 16.5%. You want to make a monthly payment, right, for 3 years. How much do you have to pay in total? Now, think about this. You already know the how much you owe on your credit card. So that's not going to be a maximum purchase thing because you already know how much the maximum is. The interest rate, we already know. We are going to pay it off in 3 years. So that's not going to be the first formula right here because the first one tells you how long it takes for you to pay that off. We already know it. Our goal is to pay it off in 3 years. We just don't know the payment. So that'll be the second formula. So first, credit card bonds, the principal is $9,000. The interest rate is 16.5%, which is 0.165. And it's 12 because it's monthly. Time is 3 because you got 3 years. We don't know the payment. So plug it into this one. So I haven't finished the problem yet. So let me go ahead and finish it up right here on the calculator, which I think it helps. some of you guys might be using TI-83. And if you don't have TI-83, right, you can always use some online calculator like Wolfram Alpha, the one that I showed you. Or you can use a good old-fashioned calculator that will work. So let's see. I'm going to do the numerator first. 9,000 times 0.165 divided by 12. So I get 123.75 over. Now on the other side, I would do 1 minus. So that's the denominator. 1 plus 0.165 divided by 12. Close parenthesis. Raise it to the power. Open parenthesis. Negative. Is it okay if I do 36? All right. 12 times 3, 36. Right. So enter. So I got it. 0.388369996. Just like that. Now let's put this in the calculator. 123.75 divided by 0.388369996. So I got this 318.64. So that's how much payment you have to make per month. But now here's the thing though. They're tricky. That's not what they're asking. Then they are not asking you how much you're gonna pay per month. They're asking you for the total amount. So you are paying $318.64 per month for 3 years. For 36 months, right, basically, right? So the total you pay will be multiplication of those two. So if you multiply that by 36, you're gonna get 11,471.02. Just like that. So now there's a problem on the homework that is a little bit tricky. So I want to kind of work through that with you. So that's this one right here. I have it saved up. So let's see what it asks, right? I'm going to copy this question. So this is example 7. So actually, let me go to the next page. So let's say what's up. So for this guy, a new school building was recently built. The entire cost of the project was $26 million. The city has put the project for a 30 years loan with an interest rate of 3.3%. And there are going to be 15,000 families who will be paying for it. Because, that's how it is. They don't, you're not going to be, you're going to be paying for it, right? Not the city. They're not going to, just dip out from their budget. They basically, sometimes they levy, property tax and all that to pay for this. So first, let's say what we're dealing with. We know the principal, right, is 26 million. That's how much that's the total cost. We know this is a 30 years loan. So T is 30. And we know the interest rate is 0.33. 3.3%. Now, we're not going to worry about the 15,000 families right now. We're just going to be thinking about, hey, what are we looking at the payment per year, per month? What are we talking about here, right? Now, they say determine the total amount you will pay per year for the cover of this cost of the school building. Now, I think the best way to do this, right, is since we're going to be looking at the yearly payment, let's go ahead and let n equals 1. And why is that? Because we want the answer on how much you pay per year, not per month. So despite the same monthly payment, doesn't matter. You want to know how much they pay per year. That's what the question is asking at the end. So n equals 1, because yearly payment is once per year. So which formula should we use, right? Well, we don't know how much payment we're going to be making. So we have to use the second one. Right? We don't know how much payment we're making. We know it's gonna be 30 years. We don't know this. So let me go ahead and copy from before. So let me copy this right here. Just like that. So let me just delete some of this right here. And I will change some of this information. This time the principal is 26 million. Big number. And we know this is gonna be 0.033 over 12. And we're talking about 30 years, so 30 years here, right? Also, I'm sorry, not no 12, so for 1, right? Because we're saying n equals 1. So n equals 1, n equals 1, and that's 3.3%, all right? So let's put this in the calculator. Again, numerator first, then denominator. So the top is not too bad. Just do 26 million, right? Times 0.033. So I'm getting 858,000 divided by, the bottom is going to be 1 minus parameter 1 plus 0.033 divided by 1, which we don't have to do that, right? Divide by 1. You can if you want. And that's raised to the power of negative 30, because that's 1 times 30. Enter. I got 0.6224361,948. So now let's see what that's going to equal to. So this is going to be 585,000 divided by 0.6224361,948. So that would be that. That's basically how much the city will pay. 1,378,454.54 per year. So the city will pay this much per year. But since we will spread the payment onto 15,000 families, we divide this number, right, by 15,000. So let's divide that by 15,000, and I'm getting 91.89, which is 90 cents, right? So that's how much we pay. And this one's tricky because of that last part right there. Right there. So you're paying 91.90 cents. So let me put this back in the website, just to make sure I'm correct. So 91.9. Let me see. Required page here. So let me just double check. A lot of time I just go to error, just to look at the solution. Sometimes, so let's say this is correct. 113,868. 113,868. This will be off though. Let me see what's going on. 91.08. So this is an example where I'm not using all my decimal places. That's why I'm having, because look at the answer, right? 91.08 and 91.90. That's really close. Let me see. Okay. If you run into that problem, just give me an email or give me a text message or something. I'll just contact correct. Honestly, this is correct, right? It's just, the decimal problem, because you have millions and sometimes it kind of mess it up. But that is the how you do this type of problem. It is not easy, right? Because you have so many forms to deal with, right? But that's why, look at the Microsoft, look at this note, right? Look at this note, read over it. When you hit a problem that look like the other, just look at it to see how I finish the problem. And of course, before you do the test, do the review first. Do unit 4 review. So you know exactly what question I'm asking. So that makes it a little bit easier. So when you choose your formulas, it's a little bit easier. But hopefully this helps, man. If you have any questions, just give me a text message. Give me an email. I'll be around. And I'll see you in Unit 5 video.